Hi everybody, do you want the same parts on your car that I used on Cruze Missile? Don't forget to check out davescustomparts.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Dave's World. I appreciate you checking the video out. So this is basically video number 2 of
video free.
my big turbo series. Video number 1 was me installing that race intercooler from davescustomparts.com. The reason why I wanted that to be video number 1 is I wanted to install the intercooler, make sure we don't have any problems with it, and I wanted to see what it would be like on basically a factory turbo car. I want to go over a few things before we actually put tools on the car and remove the original turbo and then start installing the new one. So basically this is the turbo that I chose. One of the reasons I haven't put this in the car yet is because I had a very hard time finding this gasket. This gasket is basically also a bracket or a heat shield. This heat shield basically wraps around top of the turbo, and it was very hard to locate. Travis Cruze, one of my subscribers, hooked me up with a link that actually I found it for a pretty good price thanks to him, and I was able to get it delivered within a couple days. The other thing I do is I always pick up NGK spark plugs. I really like NGK spark plugs. Everything I've ever done with a larger turbo or a larger intercooler, I've used these and they've done quite well. We're going to use a custom gap. I have a gap that I came up with which seems to work very well. And then, so this is the Turbo Bay Turbo. Basically the Turbo Bay Turbo originally comes with a, basically a six blade with a 6 plus. So it's like 6 on the outside, 6 on the inside. This is an 11 blade with 11 more on the inside. I think it was 11 more on the inside. I don't quite remember, but basically it has twice the amount of, compressor ability than the other larger version. I wanted to go with something that was pretty extreme. If you guys are looking for something like this, I'll put a link on my website so you can get right to his, or if you go to his site, he was thinking of doing like a coupon code. Just let him know that Dave from Dave's World sent you. Again, this is the Turbo Bay Turbo, and he's not really giving me anything to do that. It's just, I like him, he's cool to talk to, and I was able to get him on the phone and talk to him about turbos quite a bit. And then when I was designing the intercooler, I was making sure that it would work perfectly with his turbo, so I know everything will work together. So this turbo is the one we're going with now. The Chevy Cruze has several turbos. There are 3 different versions of turbos that actually will be on the 2nd gen, so you're going to have different types of... few things will be a little different, but one major difference is sometimes the actuator has a different diameter. So if you're running my wastegate actuator, it'll come with 2 different, I think this is called a clevis. This is the larger version, but for example, the one on my car is a smaller version. So you have to look out for that. You want to do the right spark plugs. You don't just want to throw a big turbo in and then just reuse your old spark plugs. It's always recommended to do better spark plugs and then probably an oil change and new gaskets. Let's get the car set up so we can start removing. Okay, so you're going to have on here 4 bolts on the flange going to the head. There's no actual exhaust manifold. And then you're going to have these pipes. Probably this one and this one is coolant. And this one's probably oil. And then you're going to have 2 bolts underneath. It's going to make a mess. I have no idea how much is going to come out. We're going to find out together. And then you have a flange for the exhaust basically right here. Once you remove this clamp, the exhaust can come off. Okay, so you guys have seen up to this point that we pretty much removed most of the things we can off of the turbo, and now we have to get the catalytic converter off of the car in order to get to the bolts on the turbo. The nuts that are on the bottom of the turbo are pretty corroded. I don't really like putting a flame on a car because I don't like to take the chance of setting something on fire. Luckily, I have a fire extinguisher on the wall. I'm going to heat the bolts up. I did put penetrating oil on it, WD-40. That will work. The problem is there's so much corrosion on the threads that sometimes it'll heat up and then jam up, and then what ends up happening is the nut will either just rotate in place, the stud can snap right off. I mean, there's a lot that can happen. But for right now, I'm going to use the torch. I'm going to heat up the nuts very, very lightly. Try and rotate it to get it off. So that way nothing jams up. That's what I'm going to try and do. Again, I hate doing it. You shouldn't do it if you have no idea what you're doing. Try basically using penetrating oil like a couple days prior and letting it sit. Try not to drive the car, and then try and get it come loose that way. But I'm going to do the best I can. And try and do it by hand. I found that every time you use some sort of like impact gun or an electric ratchet, that extra speed heats it up faster and actually causes a problem when you're going to remove it. Do it by hand and do it slowly. Oof. That's not good. Okay, so you just saw I removed the catalytic converter. There was a little bit of work involved. Luckily, nothing got stripped, nothing broke. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this video series up into multiple videos. When I did the Jetta series, I did a KO4 swap, and each little section I turned into about 15-minute videos showing specifically each little part you need to do in order to get the turbo out, put in the intercooler piping, you know, fixing the wastegate, doing a wastegate actuator, installing the turbo, prepping the turbo, all those little things I made separate videos, and I was able to do it in like 10, 12 minute, maybe 15-minute videos. I don't want to put out 1 hour long video showing this entire process because I feel like the video would be too long, and if you're jumping through the video trying to pinpoint something, I think it's just too hard to find something, and if you do find it, it might be hard to go back and find it again. I think it's a lot better to do it that way just because you can pinpoint specifically in one video like major things that you need to do. Alright, so hopefully you guys are enjoying me doing it this way. If you want me to do a different style, just comment below. You know, anybody who's been following my channel knows that whenever you comment, I get back to you pretty much right away. I don't think there's a comment I've missed. I have live streams that I started doing because a lot of subscribers have asked me to do that. So during a live stream, if there's any questions or feedback, feel free to say it there. I have a public email. You can email me directly. I have lots of ways to get in touch with me, and if there's something that you want to see or a format that you want me to do it in, just let me know. But primarily the comments are the best place to do it. All right, so thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you guys watching this. I appreciate the members who have joined the channel. You guys are amazing. That's a huge help. It allows me to do more things with the channel, like buy big turbos and install it and make videos for everyone. So I really appreciate that. And again, keep in touch. Let me know if you need anything, and have a very nice day, everyone.